I remember playing The Witcher 3 a few years ago. It is based on Slavic pagan culture. The main character, Geralt, was visiting the funeral of a king. They had placed his corpse on a boat and pushed it out to sea. His widow stepped onto the boat. They fired an arrow that was aflame at the boat. The boat was enveloped in fire and the widow perished. In Hindu culture, when a man died, his corpse would be set alight and his widow would be thrown onto the funeral pyre. Hindus try to whitewash this by saying it was voluntary. This is a lie. It was forced. This practice was known as sati. Sati is Sanskrit for companion. This is ubiquitous across pagan cultures. However, not all pagan cultures did this. The idolaters in Arabia were quite progressive in that they allowed widows to remarry. Ibn Kathir quoted Zainab, the daughter of Salama, who said, when the woman's husband died, she would go into seclusion and would wear the worst clothes she has. She would refrain from wearing perfume or any other adornment until a year passed. She would then come out of seclusion. She was referring to the pre-Islamic times known as the Jahiliyyah. Prophet Muhammad shortened the Iddah period from a year to 4 months and 10 days. Surah 2, verse 234. As for those of you who die and leave widows behind, let them observe a waiting period of 4 months and 10 days. When they have reached the end of this period, then you are not accountable for what they decide for themselves in a reasonable manner, and Allah is all aware of what you do. Sunan an-Nasai 3506. It was narrated from Al-Miswar bin Makhrama that Subayya al-Aslamiyya gave birth one day after her husband died. She came to the Messenger of Allah and asked his permission to marry, and he gave her permission to marry, and she married. Quran, Surah 33, verse 53. And it is not right for you to annoy the Messenger of Allah, nor ever marry his wives after him. This would certainly be a major offence in the sight of Allah. One rule for thee and another for me, as they say. He allowed the widows of other men to remarry, but he wasn't man enough to allow his own wives to remarry after he died. He couldn't stomach it. What a pathetic excuse of a man. What a hypocrite. He condemned his wives to a lifetime of solitude and melancholy. They were never again able to experience love or companionship. If you like my work, you can support it by donating to my Patreon, which you can find in the description box below. Make sure you leave a like, comment and subscribe, and hit the notification bell.